Hey, I'm Eric Matei, president of Acrinos, and it is a pleasure and a privilege to introduce you all to Drs. Paul Mormon and Drs. Chris Wroten, the founders, the visionaries behind the GRT Summit, which Acrinos is a very proud sponsor to be a part of making this inaugural event possible. Dr. Mormon, Dr. Wroten, welcome to this special clip of Acrinos Access.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
So, hey, thank you all for taking the time with us today. And really, there's just a few things we wanted to touch on, right? First and foremost, just share with us a bit about your respective backgrounds, and then a bit about the mission, vision, and purpose of the GRT Summit.
Yeah, so Eric, I'll start. I'm Paul Mormon. I have based in Memphis, Tennessee, 4 practices. We've created some really unique ways that we're transitioning associates to partners. And that's kind of where Eric and I kind of got started. Of course, I've known Eric for years, and he reached out to me about his new venture with Acrinos, and I was very excited to hear about it. So we agreed to meet at Vision Expo. I guess that was, a year and a half ago. We sat there and talked about his company, and then I told him what I was thinking of. And it originally started as just a CE meeting to get everybody excited about optometry and staying independent. And then we kind of just transitioned to, well, what are the problems facing, current optometrists right now, and those transition plans. And, we just really, really had a great conversation and came up with this plan of the GRT Summit. And I still have our original napkin where, you hear about people scribbling these business plans on napkins. So I still have that, and it's near and dear to me as we came up with, actually Eric came up with the grtsummit.com. Secured that website and just kind of got the ball rolling, where it's totally morphed into so much more than what originally was described.
Absolutely. And Dr. Mormon, obviously another big driving force behind getting this vision to materialize the degree to which it has been Dr. Chris Wroten's involvement. So on that note, Dr. Wroten, please introduce yourself, share a bit about your background, and kind of how I guess you and Dr. Mormon first engaged on, again, what started as some casual conversation on a napkin at Vision Expo.
All right, thanks, Eric. Well, I was certainly a non-traditional optometry student. I had a background in engineering. I was optometry's worst patient as a chemical engineer, and actually worked in the engineering field for 2 years at Exxon, and decided, I was really more drawn to the biological sciences as opposed to the physical sciences, and decided to go to optometry school, and took a temporary detour as a high school chemistry teacher and as assistant high school basketball coach while I was picking up some additional prereqs for optometry school. And then I matriculated to Southern College of Optometry. I was a year behind Paul in school. We played intramural basketball with and against one another, and kind of developed a friendship there. And I stayed in Memphis. My wife is an OD as well. She was a year behind me in school, and I stayed in Memphis, did a residency at the VA, and associated with a private practice there in Memphis. And while I was doing the residency, I did some fill-in work at some corporate settings, so I had a little bit of experience there. Joined a practice as an associate, a privately owned OD practice. Wonderful practice, West Tennessee Eye there in Memphis, and thought we'd be there for long term. And then some family situations necessitated a move back to Louisiana for us in 2005. And I moved back home and joined my current partner, Hunter Bond. And we've now got a couple of different office locations, several different associates that work with us, a wonderful staff. And we've been fairly busy with that. We've got an externship program and residency program as well at the practice. And so we get to see a lot of students and residents come through. And Paul and I just reconnected a couple months back, I guess now, and he reached out to me and explained his vision for GRT want more about GRT.com, but it's more than just a meeting. It's more than just an idea. It's really more of a movement. It's a full scope opportunity to really grow your practice. It's about independent OD, staying independent, learning, growing, bouncing ideas off of one another, creating connections that last beyond a meeting. And it's something I'm really excited to be a part of, and really look forward to what the future holds for GRT Summit.
Absolutely. And, I suppose we've kind of briefed everyone on, mission, vision, and purpose as far as some of these practical aspects of GRT Summit and what it's all about, right? Grow, retain, transition, really helping foster that doctor to doctor business transition and legacy building and all that entails. But look, I know one thing that we're also all very excited about and passionate about with GRT Summit is part of the experience behind it as well, right? Both our locations and kind of the whole movement and change of attitude and lifting of mind, body, and spirit in the process. So, Dr. Mormon, if you would kind of share a little bit about, where kind of the vision behind these locations, and go ahead and introduce what our location is for our inaugural event coming up here in November of 22.
Yeah, of course. So I am a lover of all things outdoors, national parks, and I know that you, Eric, and Chris, you both are also. And we not only like it ourselves, but we like to include our families in those events too. Just making memories and just making, just unique bonds with our families. And we want to carry that over into making bonds with our colleagues, and and educating them on that process of how they can transition their practice and how they can still grow and how they can still retain key employees, and just all about just taking their practice to the next level, but while still creating a legacy that carries on their practice that they build to the next generation. And just keeping private equity out of what we build. We spend so much time building up our practices, and then just handing it over to somebody is just wrong, in my opinion. And handing it to the next generation is what is going to keep optometry great.
Excellent. And again, Dr. Wroten, I know you too, also huge fan of the outdoors, and really what that type of what really fascinating outdoor experiences can have, the impact it can have on a person. So if you could add anything regarding, kind of these plans we have. I know we got some really exciting agendas lined up for cool activities while out there at the national parks.
Yes, it's really going to be exciting, and my family, like both of yours, is in love with the outdoors and adventure, from hikes and stargazing to helicopter tours. And it's just not your traditional little sidelight social functions that we sometimes enjoy with our optometry meetings. This is the next level as far as that goes. And as we're out doing those things, again, we'll be creating bonds with one another that certainly will last beyond the lifetime of that short meeting. And that's the whole goal here, is to really connect beyond the meeting and have an enduring relationship that encourages independent optometry to succeed, to grow, to bounce ideas off of one another, to be engaged in organized optometry and continue to shape the future of the profession. And I'm really, really excited, as I said earlier, about GRT, the potential that it has to really transform lives for ODs, their families, and for the future of the profession.
Awesome. And so for doctors that want to learn more about GRT, the GRT Summit, the movement behind GRT Summit as well, they can go to grtsummit.com. I believe the agenda is up there, right? You guys already have the agenda lined up. I know some really extraordinary CE, COPA-approved CE, both really great, remarkable clinical CE as well as practice management CE in the mix, and a whole host of really wonderful activities, all to be found at grtsummit.com.
That's correct.
So, hey, Doctors Paul Mormon, Dr. Chris Wroten, thank you so much for joining us and giving us a bit deeper dive into yourselves and really this vision, mission, and purpose of the GRT Summit. And we look forward to talking real soon.
Thanks, man. GRT Summit.
Come join us. We'll see you soon.
GRTsummit.com. Take care.
Bye-bye.